Behind me is Tar Waterfall, and today I'm going to climb up this mountain and find its source. So I'm going to follow the waterfall up the mountain, see if we can find the lake or the spot of where it's starting from. So yeah, let's make a start. There she is. So we're going to head straight up this mountain and over the top. At the back of this mountain is Dunlewy. So the plan is to hike up to the top of this mountain and then hike back down into Dunlewy and get picked up in Dunlewy. There is another waterfall in Dunlewy. It's a kind of a secret waterfall. So hopefully when we get to the top of this mountain and find the source to this waterfall, we'll also find the lake that's feeding the secret waterfall in Dunlewy, and we'll be able to follow that, find that too. So we're to find the source of 2 waterfalls in this video. Well, shin and plan anyway. The start's fairly steep. So I'm up on top of the waterfall now. That's where she's coming down. You see how deep it's dug into the guards there? There she goes, all the way down there. Dad and Connor are taking a more direct route to the top, but I'm gonna try follow the waterfall up as far as I can, see where it's coming from. There's like plunge pools the whole way up along. Geez, that's so deep. Tar actually has the record for having the highest altitude national school in all of Ireland. Tar National School. It opened in 1924. It's closed now though. I'm not sure when it closed, but at the time it was the highest national school in all of Ireland. I love how lush and green everything is this time of year. Like the ground is just so green and alive. I suppose in June, because you get so much rain, but it's also warm, everything's just growing like mad. Another mini waterfall a bit farther up. Geez, that's a nice one. Wouldn't mind going swimming in there. You can see how wet the ground is. It's just fully saturated. You can see them on the top of the hill. You can see here it's draining in from 2 ways, and then it's just flowing down there as one waterfall. Because this is all bogland, it can hold serious amounts of water in the ground. And then when we've got so much rain recently, the ground gets fully saturated. So that means the ground can't absorb any more rain. So when it rains then, all the water basically just runs off the top of the ground and flows straight into the waterfall. Like you can see here, there wouldn't normally be a stream there, only for there's so much water. And it's just all running off and down into the waterfall. You can see how small even the stream's getting. I've only been walking for maybe 10 minutes. How small this stream is, feeding down into the big huge waterfall. It just shows like how much water's running into that small stream continuously down the river, draining this whole valley. You can see paths here. Something's using them, maybe foxes or deer. These mountains are full of deer, so I'd be surprised if we didn't see some today. Glenveigh National Park isn't too far from here, just on over this hill in that direction, and it's full of deer. It'd be nice to see a couple. I can see a waterfall up farther in the distance coming down from that hill, so that must be feeding down to Tar Waterfall. So that's where I'm going to head to next. Wow, look at this waterfall. This is cool. That's so cool. It's like a 3-tier waterfall. There's a small bit here, a little bit there, and then the bigger bit up the top. Wow, this is unreal. Look at that. There's like a wee jacuzzi pool down there. I actually brought a pair of swimming shorts and a towel with me. Might chance to swim over in Dunlewey waterfall if we can find it. Like I said earlier, I know there's a lake up at the top of this mountain. I'm not sure if it feeds just Tar Waterfall or just Dunlewy or both. So I'm hoping if we find that lake, we'll be able to track the start of the 2 waterfalls. Oh god, this is steep. Jesus, that's far down. I would not want to fall down there. I think it's so cool seeing how small this stream is here, and then to see how big it gets down at all them waterfalls. It's tiny. There's an oxbow lake about to form there if I ever did see one. See what I was talking about earlier? You can see how saturated the ground is when the water's just running on top of the surface. It's not even being absorbed. It's just draining straight into the waterfall. Well, no, did you see any deer? No, I didn't see anything either. I've seen tracks. They haven't seen any deer or anything yet either. They're walking a bit farther away from me. They're just kind of taking a different line. So we have a better chance of seeing deer if we're kind of going on two different tracks, but no deer yet. It's so quiet up here once you get away from the wind and the noise of the waterfall. It's so peaceful. If you can see in the camera, there's like a line of lighter grass coming the whole way down here. I would imagine that's where the stream's coming, and that's where all the rushes are growing the best because they're getting the most water. So it looks like the waterfall is starting up that hill. My dad and brother are already up there, so I better go catch up to them. It's hard to believe that big raging waterfall starts here, this tiny wee stream. Oh, look at this. The water's just shooting out from under the grass. We'll try to keep following it. You can see the bottom. I wonder if there's any gold in there. More water is running off the grass. Everything's so wet. We found a wee piece of bog oak sticking out of one of the streams. God knows how old that bit of wood is. That would be wood from thousands of years ago when this whole area would have been covered in trees. So you can see basically the waterfall is just an accumulation of all these tiny streams draining down from the mountains. And then there's one bigger stream over here. You see all that there, just saturated. So I'm not actually sure if Tar Waterfall is if the source is actually a lake or if it's just draining down from all the mountains. At the minute it looks like it's draining down from the mountains, but not sure. Look at all the foam forming on the pond. It's so pretty and peaceful up here. Look, there's another cool bit of bog oak. Still anchored in the bog. So that's the top of the hill up there. That is where we're heading for. Stream still flowing away, good old. Jeez, you're nearly standing that, only for you can hear the water running. I'm in the stream now. That's cool, that rock type's changed. The main rock type around here is like all granite, but that's kind of like quartz now, that type of stone. The stream's getting progressively smaller and smaller. Look at this now, it's just like a trickle. The stream's actually getting hard to follow now. It's that small, it's just all overgrown. Still here flowing. I think I found the end of it. I think this is the source. So this is basically where the water starts running for Tar Waterfall. You can see this is the top of the mountain. Well, the top of the mountain's still a bit higher, but there's no lake. Basically the source of Tar Waterfall is just a runoff from all the hills and from the bogland. So yeah, that was cool following that up. I'd say it took like an hour walk up following the waterfall. It's pretty steep, like we're fairly high up right now. Right, so the plan is now to get to the top of that hill. According to the maps I was looking at on my phone earlier, there's another lake called Glentoran Lake. When we're at the top of this hill, we should be able to see it. And then if we follow that lake down, it should lead us to Dunlewey waterfall. Well, that's the plan anyway, but sure, we'll see how it goes. We've seen loads of these wee flowers on the way up, but I'm not sure what they are. I've never seen them before like this. It's like a star shape and a wee purple head. If anybody knows what they are, let us know. Our first bit of wildlife. We've made it to the top. So this lake should be the source of the Dunlewey waterfall. There they go. Wee babby frog. Only a wee buck. Look how clear the water is. So this here is Glentoran Lake, I think is the correct name for it. So this is the lake that feeds the Dunlwey waterfall that we're going to go down and see now. So that's where we're after coming down from. So Tar Waterfall is a long way back down that way. And then that's just Errigal, the tip of Errigal there over in the distance you can see. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this here is Sleeve Schnacht. But I'm not 100% sure about that. When we were looking down from on top of the mountain, it looked like there was a couple of wee beaches around the lake, but it's not sand at all. It's like these wee nice stones. It's like the kind of stones you'd have around your house and paving. They're all the same colour and size too. I'm surprised we haven't seen any deer. You usually see loads of deer up in these hills, but we haven't seen any. Right, we found the stream that exits the lake. Okay, so if we just follow this river down now, we should find the waterfall. Errigal looks nice today. Be a nice day to climb it, it's nice and clear. Another mini oxbow lake in the making.
So a big black possum.
Hello frog. This is so cool, look how much this is eroded in. Look how deep that valley is on either side. That's class. We were walking along the river, following it down, but it's just got way too steep. Had to head for higher ground. Oh, you can see him over there on the hill.
Let's go back to it.
I'm not sure if you were able to see that, but we just seen a deer over the ridge. That was cool. Wow, look at this. This is class. So from what I've heard, the waterfall is like down in the middle of that forest. So we're gonna walk down along the side of the forest and see if we can see it and get down to it. So the river's way in deep in this forest, way down the big gorge. Time to go find the waterfall. You can see all the trees are like bent to the left with their windswept. Bit of off-roading. Oh Jesus. That's mad, all the trees tossed down there. All the storms. Yeah. Right, we're down at the river level now. Not sure exactly where the waterfall is. Okay, so that's the end of the video. That was following two waterfalls to their source. It was cool to see the two different waterfalls and the two different sources that they were coming from. I think if I had to pick one of the waterfalls, I think the Dunlewey waterfall was the best, or it was cooler than the Tar Waterfall, but they're both still cool. Nice to see both of them. But yeah, thanks for watching. Slán.